I hope, this is Peter Amidon here. I hope you're as happy as am on this day. Now I'm going to have you repeat after me, so get ready. 1938. What day? 1938. Unbelievable of the Daily Antidote. And we're here with Aaron's doing some of the tech and Candace, and we're so happy to be here with Jeff Warner. And I'm going to get back to Jeff in a second, but first I want to just say, everybody say hello to Jeff Warner from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Hello, Jeff. And hello to Aaron and Candace who are doing tech. And hello to Jenny from Suffolk, UK. Susan from Cincinnati, Ohio. Candace from Los Angeles. Joe and Leo in the car at Pinewoods. Carolyn from Boise, Idaho, 1938. Athena, hello Athena, nice to see you. Hoda from British Columbia. We've got Linda from Orcas Island. We have Don and the Curly Tops from Vermont. Hey, Kevin, good to see you from New Hampshire. Diana, and we have Mabel and the Bears from Massachusetts. David and Elsie from Oaktown. Laris from the United Kingdom. Sheila in Florida. Linda in Massachusetts. Trish in Victoria, British Columbia. Sue in Seattle. And there's hello to Carolyn in DC. Storm in Massachusetts. Annette in California. There's Ruth, Mary, and Clive in Birmingham, United Kingdom. And finding. There we go. And then there's Adele. Hello, Adele. And Linda from Ohio. Hello, Ann Lafferty. Hello to Diane. Hello to another Diane. We'll say hello to the Dianes. The second one from New Hampshire. Hello to Elizabeth from California. Hello to Kat in Vermont. Nancy in Washington. Kay in Texas. And then we have Marion from Brighton, UK. Al from Massachusetts. Did I get that? Yes, it is Al. And then Anne and Louise from Devon, UK. And everybody say hello to the, uh, um, what's it called? You know what it is. The YouTube gang. Hello, YouTube. Hello. And now, enough about me. I just want to tell you that I was talking to Jeff before, and 50 years ago, almost exactly 50 years ago, I had just gotten to folk music, and Annie O'Brien, who introduced me to all that, brought me to Folk Music Week 1975. I went there wanting to be a fiddler, but because Jeff was there and other wonderful singers, I came out of that a singer. And Jeff is Jeff is a singer's singer. He's a second generation singer. His parents, Ann and Frank Warner, ran Folk Music Week for many years. I think it was in the 60s maybe, or you can correct me. And also were very important folk collectors. So Jeff grew up as a child, singing these songs. It's gotten very deep in him, obviously. And I could go on. I'm not going to go on forever, Jeff. I'm not, because we want to hear your song. So here is Jeff. And what are we gonna sing today, Jeff?
Hello, Peter. Glad to see you again. This is a song I learned in Ohio in the Amish community. It's called Beautiful Life, and the chorus, which I hope you'll absorb, says, "Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun." And it sounds like this. Each day out in life's evening the sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. Let's launch into it and see what you can get of it. Each day I'll do some noble deed by helping those who are in need. My life on earth is but a span, so I will do best I can. Life's evening sun, life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun while traveling down life's weary road. I'll try to lift some traveler's load. I'll try to turn this night to day, make flowers bloom along the way. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. The only life that can endure is one that's kind and good and pure. And so for God I'll take my stand and try to lend a helping hand. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. Beautiful life.
Whoa, everybody, please, with me, just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
So, did you say that was Quaker or Shaker or something like that?
Amish.
Oh, geez, that's Amish.
Yeah.
Amazing. What? I just, I want to learn that right now. I'm going to add that to my
Good.
I mean, God, what a
You've
beautiful
got it.
song. And I want to say before I get distracted from this thought that I've heard you sing for, over 50 years, and you were always been an expressive, wonderful singer, but you've never been a better singer than you are right now, Jeff. Absolutely. You're just so, and I think there's something about, aging into the depths of these songs and just getting past everything else but what the songs are most deeply about. That's what I was feeling when you were singing that. That is a very powerful, beautiful song, especially for us in our age now. Can you
Joe,
talk to us a little bit more about the song?
something to age into. One of the few things that's good about it.
Yeah,
Joe Heaney, the Irish singer, who was also I met at Pinewoods Camp,
yeah.
used to say, "You tell the story, you say the song." What he meant
Wow.
by that is don't get caught up in rhythm, don't get caught up in style, don't get caught up in how pretty the words sound and how they fit to the tune. Do it as you would speak it. And a lot of times that has a power of just conveying the information. So I was working with the Ohio Arts Council in Arts and Education because, as you, I've done a lot of school programs around the country. So I was working back in the middle 80s, and my first gig with them was in this small town in central eastern Ohio. And when I got there, I found out it was mostly Amish. It was
Mm,
great to work in that school where the kids who did go to the public school were
mhm.
so full of their power as well. And I met the Yoder sisters who taught me that song. I didn't know that they were singing in the Amish church. It turns out, I found out later, it's a hymn written about 1900 that went into oral tradition and found its way there. But that's
And
how I.
just curious, does it have actually a single composer? Uh,
Yes, it does. I haven't got it in my head
oh,
right now.
okay,
We can
okay,
look that up.
yeah, yeah. But that's interesting because it just sounds so traditional. But it sounds like, but often like, I don't know if you've written songs, but people who are steeped in the oral tradition end up writing songs that sound traditional. It's just so, yeah. It just the melody and the lyrics are just so perfectly married to each other. And tell me, what's your balance of life these days, Jeff? Are you on the road a lot,
I
or
I have yes. I mean, most of my work is and has been here in New Hampshire, doing working for New Hampshire Humanities. But unfortunately, as we all face now, New Hampshire Humanities was largely funded by National Endowment for the Humanities, and so that's going away. But it has allowed me for almost 20 years now to go to all the little hamlets and libraries and historical societies
Mm.
and spread this word about various parts of traditional music, and I have loved it. Spending a lot of time visiting a friend in northwestern Montana right now. And as I say cheerily, I got to do my first gig in Montana last year, first one since 1987.
That's amazing.
Help. But it's a
That's
great,
great.
it's a little museum in Kalispell,
Yeah.
Montana, that's dedicated to the formation of that area, which really grew when the railroad hit in the 1890s. And the first trade they had out there was logging and lumbering. And I'm pretty well steeped in that because of my New England and upstate New York background. And
Right.
so I did an evening of logging
Wow.
songs for the
Perfect.
local people. It was quite
Well, I
fun.
was just
So
thinking
that's the
that
kind of thing I've been doing.
I
And
was thinking.
also,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I
I
was
was
just going
in,
to say that I was thinking that you're playing around New Hampshire to these small Hampshire communities. These particular songs you sing, I would imagine, would really resonate with them because it's
I,
just,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of them come from the informant that my parents met, Lena Bourne Fish, who was from Jaffrey. She
Oh,
lived 1873 to 1945.
wow.
And so I always dwell on her and linger on her songs too.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I think I want to know, and I'm sure other people would love to know just a little bit about, did you actually travel with your parents and meet some of these folks back in the day, that they were collecting songs from? And I'm also wondering kind of
Yes,
what an effect that had on your musical life.
I had, well, a great effect, more than I could possibly know. But yes,
Yeah.
Frank and Ann Warner was folk song collectors, but as a hobby, because my father was a lifetime YMCA executive, and my
Hmm.
mother worked for all kinds of nonprofit jobs. But they took their summer vacations to do collecting, and then when I got born and got in their way, they finally just threw me in the back of the car and kept going. So I got to meet John Galusha, who was a logger in the Adirondacks, and Lena
Mm,
Bourne Fish,
mm,
not her, but her she died before I was around, but
mhm.
I got to know her through the sound recordings that my folks made. So yeah, I listened to my father, who was always very careful to try to reflect the way the traditional singers sang, not in a mimicking style at all, but in a representational style. And I have grown up with that.
Wait, you say, what do you mean not in a mimicking, but in a representation? What's that mean?
Well, I always remember when the New Lost City Ramblers first started in the 1950s, they
Hmm.
got a lot of criticism for professional folklorists because
Hmm.
they were mimicking
Hmm.
traditional artists.
Hmm.
So the
Yeah.
line between representing traditional artists and mimicking them, carefully
Hmm.
is a thin one.
Hmm.
And so you have to interpret the way you feel, but
Hmm.
keep in mind the way they sang their songs and their style.
Well,
So
make it your own. I remember
make it,
taking a course from somebody in Cambridge when we were living there about how to sing Appalachian songs. And we would listen to some of these Appalachian singers and sing exactly what they were singing with all the decorations. That's what she taught us. And it was great because then you can make it your own.
then you move on.
Then you can,
Yes.
because I don't do that now. I never haven't done that ever actually, but it actually was a great way to just kind of inhabit that
But
kind of
to
singing.
know you can do it, then you get the decorations and you get the
Yeah.
style and the phrasing.
Yeah. And that's really wonderful. And if you, I mean, you just know so many different songs. How recently did you collect this beautiful life song?
Oh, well, that was 83, I think, when I heard
Oh, a
that.
long time ago.
That was my first job in Ohio working with the Arts Council.
Yeah. Well, that's really great.
Holmesville was the name of the town, Holmesville, Ohio.
And can you tell the folks about the collection that is out, that of the Anne and Frank Warner collection, the book?
Yes, my folks got over 1,000 songs. My mother was great in that she knew shorthand, so they would take down on the early disc cutters back in 1942, 43, a couple of verses of a song, and then my mother would take everything else down in shorthand. She had that capability. So our texts are very good. And all of those songs got donated to the Library of Congress. Uh, my mother wrote, after my father died in 78, my mother wrote a book called Traditional American Folk Songs, which was from their collection. And it's just been reissued by Syracuse University Press just this last month. We're
Wow,
very
that's
happy to say
fantastic.
with redone pictures and a redone cover. So it's available from Syracuse University Press. Ann Warner is the writer, and it's called Traditional American Folk Songs. Look it up or write to me,
Yeah,
jeffwarner.com.
it's a fantastic collection, and I'm curious. So you were obviously profoundly affected by inhabiting, by traveling with your parents, and but I'm wondering what other since then, what some of the other sort of singing, any particular singing mentors you've had who really affected the way you sing and express songs.
Absolutely, absolutely. Louis Killen is a singer. He died in 89, 90,
I think, yeah.
something like that. And he was a real mentor to me.
Hmm.
Singing, he was from the northeast of England, and he sang sailor songs and gypsy songs and love songs and played the English concertina. And
Yeah.
the reason that I met him at Pinewoods Camp, where I met you in 1967, and he was playing concertina, and I said, "Oh, I'd like to do that." Took me a lot of years to get one and learn one, but I've adored it ever since. So yeah, Pinewoods Camp, a big effect on me. John Roberts and Tony Barron, who I met also. Well, no, I made a point to meet them because they were singing a song that my parents had collected that very few people knew. So I wanted to know where they'd found it, and they became lifelong friends from 1968. Really sorry to lose them too recently.
Hmm. I think you're singing with Tony. I've been very close with Tony for over the years because he
Yes, you
ended up.
have.
He's the one who invited us to move to Brattleboro, and then we've both been in this Guilford church where we've done a lot of singing. And I always tell people, there's no one who tells stories when they're singing, as Tony does. But you and Tony. I think I can hear that. I can hear how much Tony's
That's the
singing
second
has.
time somebody said that to me, and I thank you very much, both of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's just really
And
yeah. I would,
I will say also, Jeff Davis was my musical
oh yeah,
partner
of course.
for
Yeah.
20 years
Mm-hmm.
and a great banjo player. I keep realizing every time I'm sitting down arranging a banjo song, oh, I learned that from Jeff Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we used to fight all the time wonderfully about this. Do you sing straight exactly the way the traditional singer sings, or do you interpret it? With him coming down on Replicate and me coming down on the Tony Barron, blow it out once you've got the
No.
style.
Wow.
It was fun. I
That's
just
a
saw him
great, well,
recently.
that creative tension, that's why you guys are so great. It's absolutely so great. I just heard Jeff Davis at the Old Songs Festival sing a ballad. And like you, he is singing absolutely as well or better than he ever has. He just sounds absolutely terrific. And I think it's again, you find out what the essences of these songs. All everything peripheral was just kind of shed away, and it was really great. Nice to see both of you so recently. So I think that I'd like to extend this to at least 3 o'clock, but we probably shouldn't do that. I think we should sing again, Jeff. We'll talk more at another time in another place. I'm going to
Okay.
sing that song again.
Really? All the way through? Would that
All
be
the way
possible?
through, from beginning to end. Don't leave anything out.
Well, I had no idea. I thought we'd sing a song and be gone, but this is
Oh,
great.
no, no, no. We gotta know. All these people, everybody here is dying to sing that one again.
Old Home Week. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. Each day I'll do some noble deed by helping those who are in need. My life on earth is but a span, so I will do the best I can. Life's evening sun, life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, a few more days, I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. To be a child of God each day, my light must shine along the way. I'll sing His praise while ages roll, and try to help some troubled soul. Life's evening sun, life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. While traveling down life's weary road, I'll try to lift some traveler's load. I'll try to turn his night to day, make flowers bloom along the way. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. The only life that can endure is one that's kind and good and pure. And so for God I'll take my stand and try to lend a helping hand. Life's evening sun, life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun.
Jeff, thank you for that most amazingly beautiful song. It's an instant classic, and I'm so glad to have caught it before I missed it. Everybody, please give a big appreciation to Jeff Warner, who's been spreading really fantastic music around the country for many years. And one thing I love about Jeff's is that he's really devoted to songs from the oral tradition, and he really picks the good ones. He picks the ones that we really need to keep in the repertoire. Before I forget it, and I want to maybe say this a couple of times, starting tomorrow, that Sunday, this is really radical. Starting tomorrow, the daily Antidote song will be running from 11:30 to 12. So everybody say, starting tomorrow, it's going to be running from when? Everybody, 11:30 to 12. And that is because there's going to be at the Country Dance and Song Society Harmony of Song and Dance Week. And because of their lunch schedule, they can't really start at 12 because lunch, that's about when lunch is. So it's going to be from 11:30 to 12. Tell all your friends. And tomorrow we're going to have Julia Friend, who I believe is at the Harmony of Song and Dance. She is I think she's one of the best ballad singers that there is right now. She's a wonderful ballad singer.
And another child of Pinewoods Camp, Inc.
That's right, and a child of Pinewoods Camp. She's a younger singer than Jeff and I are, for example. And so make sure you catch Julia Friend. And also just remember about the archives. Jeff is now part of the archive, and if you want to just show this song to one of your friends, you go to the archives of this Daily Antidote, and it'll be there forever. So I think that's all my announcements. Let's all say thank you and goodbye to Jeff. So thank you so much. We want you. Is this your first time on, Jeff?
Third.
Third time on. Okay, great. Well, hope you come back lots and lots more with your beautiful songs. And I'm going to say goodbye to Susan in Cincinnati and Anne. Thank you for your tech work. Candace, thank you for your tech work. And goodbye to Carol in Idaho and Athena in Brooklyn. Goodbye to Hoda from British Columbia. Linda from Orcas Island. Don and the Curly Tops from Vermont. There they all are, right, all together. And Diana and Mabel and Bob and the Bears in Massachusetts. Louise from Devon, UK. Goodbye, David and Elsie from Oaktown and Nan from Michigan. So long, James and DC, I think, and Laris in UK. Goodbye, Sydney from San Francisco. So long, Sheila. Good to have you here, Julie in Canada, Ontario, Canada. Goodbye, Linda in Massachusetts. Trish in British Columbia. Sue in Washington State. Goodbye, Carolyn in Washington, D.C. So long, Anne from Massachusetts. And there we are. And so long, Storm. You can see from Massachusetts. Also, Jane in Texas, Jojo and Leo, who are actually at Pinewoods. We'll be back at Pinewoods tomorrow with Julia Friend, of course. Goodbye, Annette from California. Goodbye, Marion in the UK. Arlene in California. Adele, so long. Goodbye, Anne. Goodbye, Diane. Goodbye, Neil. Goodbye, Linda from Ohio. Goodbye, Diane in New Hampshire. Al, so long in Massachusetts. Goodbye to Elizabeth in California and Kat in Vermont. Nancy in Washington. Kay in Texas. And let's say goodbye to all the people on YouTube. So long, YouTube people. One last thank you so much, Jeff. Hope to see you in person sometime, but it's great to see you here and to sing with you.
Concur.
Everybody, you're welcome. You're welcome. And everybody, see you tomorrow. What time tomorrow? 11:30. 11:30 with Julia Friend. And all week, that's going to be all week, because it's going to be the whole week's going to be at the Harmony of Song and Dance in Pinewoods, the Country Dance and Song Society, which has clearly shaped very much the lives of Jeff Warner and Peter Amidon.